guys, welcome back. Today we'll be seeing Havoc OS version 4.6, which is recently rolled out with June security patches for all the officially supported devices. So first of all, we get to see this clean and minimal launcher, which is made by the same developer who made Havoc OS. The launcher is pretty much good and have a lot of customizations in it, like home screen, app drawer, grid, icons, gestures, and many more. So we get to see this blur which is implemented in the back of app drawer. It looks pretty much good and unique. Moving up forward, we get to see this stock AOSP volume panel, which is expandable and having option to enable and disable captions in its bottom. We can also change ringing mode in this. Moving on next to the status bar, we get to see lot of different tiles enabled in this, like heads up, switch data style, then sound search. So Havoc recently implemented this new mode called as sleep mode. We get to customize it with as per our needs while we go to sleep. So we can turn off Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, mobile data, sensors, AOD, and we can also schedule it from different time zones which we like sunrise to sunset, sunset to sunrise, custom times. Moving on into the settings, we get to see some kind of change in the setting layout, like the search bar peel and the user icons which are implemented like Android 12. Checking out the about phone section, you get to see Havoc OS logo implemented in this with June security patches which are latest. Build type, build date, SED next status, etc. etc. Then checking out to the Havoc exclusive settings, configuration center, you get to see status bar, quick settings, lock screen, ambient display, gestures, battery saving, miscellaneous, and more. So moving on in status bar, we get to see clock customizations first. They include hiding of clock, clock positioning, AM PM styles, date styles, and seconds enabling and disabling. Then we get to see enabling of logo, which gives us Havoc OS logo on the left side in status bar. We can also change the logo position as per our requirement. Also, we can change the logo style. Default one is Havoc. If I want Android, I can choose it. Apple, and many more are there. Next, we get brightness control, double tap to sleep, network speed indicator, carrier labels, which shows your custom names and your carrier labels in lock screen or in status bar. Then we get to see icon styles, battery percentage, battery bar, status icons, and notification count. Status bar icons have a lot of features including VPN, NFC, aeroplane mode, Bluetooth, and many more. Moving on next, in quick settings, we get to see quick pull down options where we can pull down from right side and directly quick settings will be open. Whereas from left side, we get to see normal status bar. Smart pull down option is also there. Battery estimations, tinting of tiles. This one is kind of Android 11 features which tint the tiles. Then we get to know the customizations of columns and rows. We can tint our tile titles also. Then we can enable settings icon, running services, edit icon in footer text, footer view. Then we get lock screen customizations including double tap to sleep, background blur, status bar, quick settings, and charging info on lock screen. So background blur is a very unique feature here which I haven't seen in much of ROMs. So here you get to see blur in your lock screen, which is pretty much good and unique. Moving on next, we get to see buttons and navigation. Here we get to see system navigations, gesture navigation, dead zone, gesture bar length, right and left side aging. Then swiping of volume keys, wake device, answering call with volume button, keyboard cursor control, Going on into the ambient display, we get to see battery level, whether to hide it or show on ambient display. Then AOD, always on display, which will keep your display turned on always, and will show you date and time every time. We can also enable the option to disable and enable ambient display with notifications. We get to see music ticker in ambient display, double tap to wake, pick up, hand wave, pocket mode, and lot of other things. In gestures mode, we get to see opening of camera with double tapping your power button, then preventing ringing with your volume button and power button. Then power menu controls, which includes advanced tribute, and then sensitive contents. Then we get to enable option to enable and disable quick torch by pressing power menu for a long time. Then skipping of music tracks, swipe to screenshot. Then after that we get to see notification sections which have edge lighting. This one is pretty good, have faded and solid both views included. We can enable it repeating mode type with reverse or restart. We can also adjust the light duration and repeat count. Next we get to see heads up options, which will pop up the status bar notifications. There are other options to make them less boring, disabling apps on launch and many more. Then we can enable and disable notification headers, kill app button, noisy notifications. Then we get to see battery saving settings, which have sleep mode, blocking sensor mode, which can block sensors for apps individually. Then aggressive battery to save your battery backup. Then we get to see media options, which include adaptive playback feature, music visualizers like lock screen pulse, then media artwork and its blur level. After that we get to see miscellaneous mode, which have gaming mode inside it. It have options to block notifications, to change or not the ringing mode, gaming mode indication types, show toast or notification, and then dynamic mode to add games automatically. Then we get to see screenshot type, full and partial both are present there. Then we get to see waking device option, charging animation, etc. In about section we get to know about the team and our device maintainers. Moving on next, in apps and notifications, we can see usual AOSP settings in it, disabling and enabling of bubbles and other things. In battery settings we get to see charging LED light option, adaptive charging, which is uniquely found in only Havoc or some other ROMs. Then we get to see adaptive battery. Tapping into the battery icon, we get to see our battery usage. In display settings, we get to see brightness level, dark theme, which have different types of themes which can be enabled. Then in night light, adaptive brightness, which is automatic brightness. We can see styles and wallpaper also here. Here we can customize our styles, different types of icons for status bars, colors, accent colors, then system UI shapes. Then we get to see live display options, and it's working. You guys can see this. Colors is actually changing. Okay, so then we get to see screen timeout, rotation, colors, font size, display size, smallest width, screensaver, lock screen settings, which have notifications on lock screen, skip lock screen text, AOD, double tap to wake and preventing of accidental wake up. After that, moving on next to the sound setting, we get to see linking ring and notification volume settings, then vibration and haptics, which have vibrate to calls option, or ringtone notification and haptic feedback intensity can be adjusted with this. Then we get to see different types of vibration patterns, which can be, see, you guys can, I don't know if you guys can hear it or not, but we get different types of vibration haptics types here. Then we get to see the option of live caption, do not disturb, media player. And one more thing which I noticed here is that we can manually select which apps can stay in QA status bar after playing the music for if we have to start music after a long time. Then we get to see adaptive sound features. Then shortcut to prevent ring, default notification, dial pad tones, touch sounds. Moving on next, we get to see storage part. In privacy settings, we get to see permission hub, which can show which permissions are used by your app in the status bar. Then we get to see clipboard access alerts, which can give you several system UI alerts in the form of toast notifications. Then we get to see security part, where we get fingerprint, face unlock, app locker. Now this one is the device specific part, Xiaomi parts, which we get which is not present in every device. It's up to your device maintainer to give or not. Here also we can see Xiaomi doors, clear speaker, USB fast charge, and vibration strength. In system, we get to see usual options like other ROMs have, rules and other multiple users options. Then the ROM updater, which will notify us when we get new update. So yes guys, that's it guys from my side. I don't think there is anything more which is present in this ROM to show. Everything I explained pretty much everything in it. So stay tuned for next one. Thank you for watching.